Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Sean Wrestling Fan 1595, and today I'm going to be talking about the current product of the WWE. Right off the bat, it's okay, it's subpar. It's been semi-interesting lately, some of the stuff they're doing, but it definitely can use some improvements, and these are the top 5 things I would do to improve the current product. Number 1, I would work on the writers. The creative department has way too many writers. There are so many people in there. You know, back in the Attitude Era days, they had 1-2 guys. They had Vince Russo. I mean, they need more experienced people, you know, someone like a Paul Heyman. And even the writers they have now, they proved they could do stuff. Look at what they did over the summer with Punk. Everybody loved that. Look at what they're doing right now with Jericho. They need to put more effort into the work, and there need to be less guys backstage. They need to have a smaller group so they could agree more. Number 2, the flow of shows needs to be improved. People know that the best stuff happens at the beginning and the end, so they tune in at 9, then turn it off, watch something else, maybe tune it in at 10. Sometimes some good stuff happens halfway through, then turn it in around 10:45, 11 at the end, see what's going on. And that's killing the ratings, because they know in the time slot from about 9:15 to about 10, not many people watch. That's where their ratings really get killed. So they need to change the flow of the show. They understand that the most people come in at the beginning and the end, and people are still going to do that no matter what. They just want to see the big stuff happen. So, you know, have the show start with a bang and end with a bang. But in between, to keep the viewers in, they got to make more interesting storylines. Give the mid-carders some great storylines. If they get a new crew backstage, then they have some very few experienced guys, and they could think of a good storyline. You know, give some of the mid-carders, give them interesting storylines, so people don't want to tune out, they want to see what happens next. Number 4, they need to make the characters more diverse. In the 90s, you had the Rebel Austin, you had the Phenom Undertaker, you had the Monster Kane coming at the end. You know, there's so many different characters. Now, it's not very interesting, they're not very different, they don't bring much new to the table. I'm talking about Kofi Kingston, Evan Bourne, Primo. I could just keep going on and on. They need to bring new stuff to the table. They're way too green. Nobody cares. They need to be more innovative. You know, give them some more creative leeway. Or the writers need to give them some good, interesting, innovative characters. Like, look at Brodus Clay. I mean, I know it's not very original, but we haven't seen in a while, and it brings something fresh to the table. And, you know, it got a lot of people talking something different. Bottom line, you want to see something different. You don't want to see the same stuff over and over and over again, or it's not interesting. So give them interesting new gimmicks. Make them seem different. Freshen them up. And number 5, the most talked about thing everybody wants to see is the PG rating. And you know what? They shouldn't change it. It's a different day and age. It's not the Attitude Era anymore. But I believe to freshen up the project, they need to stretch the PG rating at times. So, you know, the first hour of the show, they have from 9 to 10, that's where a lot of kids watch. But around 10 o'clock, they got to start getting ready for school the next day. That's where they can make it a little edgier. I'm not saying week to week, but, you know, make it more edgier. Let the older fans get into it. The teenagers and above, you know, throw in a couple swears here and there. They don't need it every time, but wouldn't hurt. And add some blood back. I mean, I'm not saying blood every match, but every once in a while. Especially in the gimmick matches. Hell in a Cell, TLC. If you look back, there's so many things. There's so many memorable matches, and a lot of them had blood. It's just a matter of fact. I know one of the big arguments is you don't need blood to make a great match, but you know what? I think it adds to it. It makes it more epic. You know, go watch Shawn Michaels versus Triple H and SummerSlam 02, Last Man Standing match. Look at that. They were bloody. If they weren't so bloody, it'd still be a hell of a match, but just the fact that they were bloody added onto it. I'm not saying blood every match, once again, just every once in a while, especially in the gimmick matches. And you know, there are so many more changes I would make, but these are the top 5. If they changed all of this, I think the product would be so much better, and the YWC and the IWC would be much happier, and there'd be less to complain about. So yeah, so those are the top 5 things I would change in the WWE to freshen up the product and make it and improve it for everyone out there. And I'd love for you guys to let me know. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What would you change about it, if anything? So let me know in the comments. You know, I love to hear your guys' feedback, whether it's 1 of you or 50 of you or how many ever people watch this video. If you like what I've had to say, hit the subscribe button. There's many more to come. So I appreciate you watching my video. If you like what I had to say, subscribe. More videos to come. Thanks for watching. Until then, have a good day.